Hello, YouTube. King of Game Tibiki Tayu here. We're gonna swap this. And this was my recent game against the Ice Jade player, an Ice Jade deck. So it's a deck that allows, it's a pendulum deck that allows their player to move the opponent's monsters into the spell and trap zone directly behind the monster. It's actually pretty cool. They can also special summon themselves directly from the pendulum zones. It's very strong. So, as you can see in my opening hand here, I've got my Infernoble Knight Ogier. I've got Deck Lockdown, which is actually very powerful. It'll cut off either player's ability to search. Now, you would think, why would I play that in here? But you'll see. I start with Heritage to search out. Activate Field Spell. He activates his effect in response, allowing him to swap his positions. If he swaps, his fusion allows him to destroy a card. There goes my Field Spell. Summon Ogier. Foolish Burial. And get to equipping, special summon, activate the Exceed's ability to bounce 2 cards back, Heritage of the Light. Okay, there's a lot going on, but just stare with me. All right, let's pause real quick here if I can. All right, so here's the state of the game. You've got Deck Lockdown. Neither player can add cards from their deck to the hand except by drawing them. Good luck getting past that. Mind you, I have no hand, so if he gets rid of my board, I can't search. Heritage of the Light. If a monster is Ritual, Fusion, or Synchro, or Exceed Summon while a monster of the same type is already on the field, I draw a card. Very nice. Ogier, while equipped to one of my monsters, keeps said monster from being destroyed by card effects. And Turpin turns the monster into a tuner. It doesn't matter because it's an Exceed monster, but he's there nonetheless. And Battle Guard Howling. This is one of my personal techs that obviously nobody else plays, but could be pretty good actually, because no one's expecting a battle trap. When a warrior monster you control is targeted for an attack or by an opponent's monster's card effect, target a face-up monster your opponent controls. It can be any face-up monster they control, does not have to be the monster that is specifically targeting you. I could essentially redirect their target effect to someone else. It's pretty interesting. So target a face-up monster the opponent controls, inflict damage to the opponent equal to the original attack of the face-up monster that targeted me, and bounce said monster to the hand. So it is very powerful. So yes, when a warrior monster you control is targeted for an attack or by an opponent's monster effect, target one face-up monster the opponent controls. Burn the opponent for its original attack and then bounce the card to the hand. Magic Cylinder alongside Compulse. Very powerful in its own right. All right, so he banishes his spell to be able to place one of his Ice Jades from his face-up in his extra deck to his pendulum zone. He gets the pendulum like a madman, goes back into the fusion, swap position, effect, destroy something. I can't be destroyed by card effects. He's like, okay, pendulum, get his summon his fusion monster out the pendulum zone, bounce Ogier so he can destroy, swing on my monster, battle guard. Sorry, I'm going to redirect and bounce that. The attack does continue though, because I didn't bounce the person who was attacking. But when my Exceed dies, I summon another Exceed. Now remember, I can't search. So he goes into Decode Talker to attempt to protect himself and keep me from summoning anything right there, because then, it'll power it up. So I go into my Two Tails. When my Exceed dies, it Monster Reborns one of my monsters. I go into Crimson Blader. Very good old school card. I get the swinging. He takes 5. All right, so Crimson Blader's ability is if it destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the grave, the opponent cannot normal or special summon level 5 or higher monsters during their next turn. So, as he needs to be able to keep summoning his giant fusion monster, screws him over. And then, of course, I got Ogier to be able to swing. It's in a monster zone, kind of weird. And my Tale of the Noble Knights, which, of course, has the ability to Foolish Barrel one of my swords out my deck to just special summon a level 1 out the deck. Very powerful. I cannot use either of her abilities, ironically, because I cannot summon cards out the deck, nor can I search due to Deck Lockdown. But it's fine, because they're not really going to worry about these two. They're going to be worried about Crimson Blader, and they probably will leave Ogier alone, not wanting to send it to the graveyard, as they don't want me to be able to equip it. But they definitely want to deal with my Crimson Blader. But with them having nothing, not being able to search or summon out the deck, they're going to have a hard time with this. My Heritage of the Light, admittedly, isn't doing very much, and it might have to come out the deck. All right, 700 left. What do you guys do to come back from this? They draw, looks like, and they surrender. There was no way for them to really get out of that. It is mighty unfortunate, Asura. Let's see, Salion, what could they have done with this thing? During your main phase, you can special summon this card. to your main monster zone in the same column. Okay. They just knew that they wouldn't be able to summon anything level 5 or higher, and they just figured it wasn't even worth attempting. That's game 1. All right, here we go. I start with my fill spell. I go to use the ability, paying 12, but they hit me with Ash. Oof. So I use this guy's ability to summon Roland, tune off into my princess. I grab another Oliphant just to give myself a second destruction. Go into Roland. Oliver activates, targeting Roland. He stops the activation of my Turpin, who would have special summoned himself. This keeps me out of going into King Charles, unfortunately. I cannot get into Charles, that's unfortunate. My princess returns. He activates his fill spell, which replaces my fill spell with one from his deck. I use Horn right now, popping his one Pendulum. The monster reborns my Turpin, activates his fill spell, and places my freaking Roland into my back row. That's terrible. It's not equipped to anything. I activate Oliphant, blow up his fill spell, get back into Roland, summon. I got 2 tuners. That's not helping. But I got to go battle. At least I got my Turpin back in the grave. And what does he do now? I get my princess back. He places, and as you know, they can summon themselves out of the pendulum zone. Places another one from the deck with a spell. Special effect. Add a spell on summon. Activate spell. Search another spell. That's the fill spell. Again, swap out. Special summon out the pendulum zone. Swap position. When she swaps, search again. Banish. Move. Activates the fill spell he gave me apparently when someone moves. So he gets to control both sides of the field away. Goes into Beyond the Pendulum. He pays 12 to get any pendulum off the deck. Kendo Spirit, it's negated, doesn't matter. Pendulum Summon. Alright. Of course, you can pendulum summon to the open zones that the link points to. It looks like he might be trying to go back into his fusion monster, trying to gather enough materials. Another. Oh, he goes into the... Oh, God. He goes into Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. Now, first off, it takes +4 effect monsters to go into her, so it's a big investment. What is it? You can only use one. What is it? No, you can also use one monster your opponent controls to link summon this card. Like so. That is ridiculous. That allows you to get past anything. It's almost like a kaiju in a way. If this card is link summoned, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. Period. That's insane, man. What? That's like, what? That's crazy, dude. Especially with something having 3,000 attack. Oh, come on. This link summon card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects unless they target this card. So it's immune from Raigeki, immune from Lightning Storm, immune from Black Hole. Not that anyone in the meta, at least, is playing things such as Black Hole or Raigeki, but it's immune from Lightning Storm. Very powerful, actually. Let's see. Let me see. No, it says activated effects. By your opponent's activated effects, which means monster effects, actually. Because, you know, activating a spell isn't like an activated effect, really. But that means monster effects, and that does mean fill spells and continuous spells or continuous traps that can initiate their effects. So those type of effects, this thing will be completely unaffected by. So you can kill it with Black Hole, Lightning Storm, stuff like that. So just want to make sure to correct that. You can kill it that way. Now, when your opponent activates a card or effect that includes the effect of special summoning a monster out the graveyard, negate the activation. That is very powerful. It's once per turn, but you know I use stuff in my graveyard. So if he negates the correct card, I am screwed over. Let's not swap. Play here. I attempt to activate Roland. He lets it through. All right. He continues his turn, summoning his pendulum. All right. Activate. Special. Swing in. I take 200, swing in. I take 900, swing in. I take 3,000. I activate evenly matched. He only has to banish like 2 cards, but it's enough. All right. I summon Ogier. Send something to the grave. Summon Renault. When it's summoned, add something from grave to hand. A fire warrior or an equipped spell. Attempt to target my princess. She banishes herself and summons a Roland out the deck. Here we go. I got into Charles. Charles, of course, equips himself. When he's equipped, I can destroy anything on the field. Destroy the field spell. Link into the new Charles. Now, this just came out in Duelist Nexus. This is Emperor Charles the Great. It takes 1 level 9 Infernoble Knight Charles equipped with an equipped spell to summon. When it's link summoned, I can target Charles in the grave, equip the grave Charles to this link, right? It'll take said monster's name and original effects. And also, it'll give him 500. So this will make my Link monster 3,500, enough to get over anything in format, obviously, for the most part. It also has once per turn, if a spell, trap card, or the effective one is activated, quick effect, I can send an equipped spell from my hand or face up on my field to the graveyard to negate the activation, and if I do, destroy that card. That is very powerful in its own right. That way I can stop, you know, things like Lightning Storm, but board breakers will screw me over. There's nothing I can do about that. Someone activates a Forbidden Droplet, that's my ass. But otherwise, I do have a negate. So let's see how it goes. I activate that. And I activate, of course, deck lockdown. He's locked out of searching. So am I, but it's fine. I attack, get that 500 over. It's over to him. Princess returns. Remember, if he attacks Princess or targets her, she will activate and give me another Foolish Barrel. So he goes to use an effect that would search a card, but he can't search. So he uses Senate Switch, which is actually pretty cool. This allows him to once per turn move a monster down the aisle, if you will, you know, to another main monster zone. But that's actually very strong in there. Because they need to move and their effects activate upon moving their monster zone. So I took the liberty to go, no, that's not happening. You're going to have to activate one of your archetype spells. I'm sorry, sure, that can do whatever it does, but you're not going to once per turn get a free activation. So I negate the activation of his Senate Switch. And then I equip myself to Charles destroy something. He knows I'm out of activated effects, so now he can actually play. And with this, he moves. Die lands on 5 and gets into his fusion monster. Bounces the Roland die equipped back, attacks my princess, but she just transforms into another monster. Roland, of course, right off the extra deck. He attacks it, it's dead. I did get a draw, though, from Magus. Deck lockdown, no search. Activate Turpin, special summon, since I have an equipped monster. Get Olgir. I can't destroy my card effects any longer. Attack, 35, 18 left. This is a close game here. What does he do? I have a full board. He activates Burn, activates Spirit. I negate that, not having that. And I equip myself as well, which allows me to destroy a card. If I equip, destroy that. And he has nothing left. That's the second turn on deck lockdown. I'm free to search, but it doesn't matter. I attack, and that is the game. It was a close game, though. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was my game versus Ice Jade. Until next time, I'll see you later. Donson. Oh, and I don't want you to forget, if you connect your heart to the cards, miracles can happen. See you out there. Hey Troll Duelists, King of Games, Hibiki Tayu here, and I'd like you to let me know if you enjoy these commentaries on the game, or if you'd rather just see the game with some music in the background. You know, I want to actually take the input of my audience and put it to good use. So, did you enjoy it or did you not? Leave a comment below and let me know. Also, let me know what archetype you'd like to see me face. Also, leave a like, a comment, and hit that subscribe button so that you're notified when I summon new videos. And remember, if you link your heart to the cards, miracles can happen. Donson, see you out there.